Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by Catfish Apparel Clothing. Along with Doc Lang and Cindy, I'm Lyle Stokes. Welcome to the show tonight. Doc, we're getting ready to do some fishing,
Welcome,
man.
everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented
Guess who
by
forgot to do
Catfish
that?
Apparel Clothing.
That was you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got mine locked out.
I got her handled, though. She's done deal now. We're getting ready to do some fishing, Doc. It's going to be 70 and 80 degrees for a few days. So, time to lay out some bait and make her happen.
Yeah, we're headed to the Ohio River this weekend. Going to fish Denver's End's Spring Fling tournament up in Steubenville, Ohio.
Awesome, man.
So looking forward to it.
I got a message right before we started tonight from Scott Manning, and he sent me a message and a little video. I think posted it online, where Michael Banks caught a 107.68 on a Demon Dragon out there in that tournament. I have the results for that tournament. What a giant.
Yeah, man, that is a fish.
Man, them guys can talk what they want about them rattles, but there's a lot of quality fish being caught on them babies right now.
Yeah.
So they're working, and old Scott, he's kind of fixed up something that really works good, because it not only rattles, it suspends your bait better than any of them foam floats I've ever seen, man. They work awesomely.
Yep. I like them.
Yep. So, product. They're not the other rattles are fine too, but the fact that they'll suspend that bait up and last a long time, and you don't knock holes in them, and they're strong enough to tie your stuff onto them, is just awesome. Great product. And they are on the RigRap prize wheel. So
good deal.
Yep, it's really good.
A lot of people in the chat tonight. I wonder why everybody's enjoying the show tonight. It might be something that we might be giving away, huh?
Thank you, Whisker Sticks. We appreciate that. We got the prizes coming from Tim for the national championship, and we've got a bunch of stuff already in and more on the way.
Yep.
Things are looking up.
Yep. Couple of shout outs. Mike Sampson, thanks a lot, buddy. We're going to give away a couple of these hats tonight. Mike donated them to Catfish Weekly. So we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike, so much.
And last week, David Funk won a prize pack from Offshore Tackle. He paid it forward and has sent it out to a young man out in Arkansas who really enjoys catfishing. And David added some hooks to it and sent it out there to this young man. So, David, thanks, buddy. We like hearing stories like that. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. That's a great deal. I had a really cool story. A gentleman sent me a message earlier this week, Doc, and said that wanted to know if his daughter could be, or his granddaughter could be on the RigRap prize wheel list to be drawn out. Her name is Katie Bug. And I said, why, absolutely. She watches the show every week with him. And to my knowledge, if they want on the RigRap prize wheel, we never made a stipulation of age. I would just as soon give the prizes out to youngsters as I would the adults. Not that I don't like giving it to the adults, but we need to do everything we can to keep these kids involved in our sport. So she is in the drawing tonight, and I wish her and everyone else the best of luck.
Good deal.
So that's pretty awesome. In the meantime, we have Ty Konkle on. Ty, FV Catfishing. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you guys this evening?
Not too bad. The last time we saw you, it was at the Catfish Conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time up there.
Yeah, it's a great time up there. It was a little crowded, a little noisy, but it always is. We've got a thing figured out on that, and next year and for the rest of the time that we do live remotes, we're going to go to little mics that you clip on yourself and knock that background noise out. I don't see any other way to get rid of it. I've tried everything and different microphones, and nothing really seems to work, but that will, because they're directional and they only pick up what's right in front of them. So
right.
that'll be the way we do that. So you want to tell us a little bit about your guide service and what you're doing with your videos and different things?
Yeah, so I am a catfish guide on the Tennessee River, mostly here in Tennessee. I do get down a little bit into Alabama, but mostly cover 4 reservoirs, Watts Bar, Chickamauga, Nickajack, and Guntersville to some degree. Been running this since about 2014 when I really fired it up, partnered up with a fellow guide in the Chattanooga area, and little by little it's just been growing a lot. This year has just really taken off. Of course, we focus on trophy catfish, but I do get a lot of people that want to come out just for some eaters, and there's plenty of those to be had. So been a successful business so far, and it's really taken off. I'm a little surprised.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. I know I've been watching your videos for, I don't know, a couple years at least.
Yeah.
The YouTube channel has steadily grown. It hasn't grown really, really fast, but it's just been a nice steady pace. And I'd say a lot of my bookings do come off of YouTube. I'd say probably more than half of them are probably from people watching the videos on YouTube. So it's been successful from that standpoint, regardless of whatever size the channel is. It gets the traffic that I need.
Well, you put a lot of fish in the boat on those videos, and some giants.
Yeah, there's catch a good number of big ones. This year's been a little tough though, just with the weather and everything. Haven't had a whole lot of really good trips in a couple of months due to fighting the weather. So
Mother Nature is really playing havoc with everybody's fishing.
Yeah, she's pretty fickle.
Yeah, about it. I think every trip this year so far has been 30+ mile-an-hour wind, 6 degrees, or a downpour of rain, or a combination of all 3.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brock. Thank you so much.
Now, you just recently had a big catch of your life, didn't you?
Yes. 2 Saturdays ago on the 24th there, I got married. So
I saw
that was definitely the best.
Yeah, not releasing that one, are you?
No. That's a keeper.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Congratulations. Thanks, Whisker Stick.
Northwoods Angling, thank you, son.
Whisker Sticks just called you dad.
Oh, right on.
All right, so you fish most of the Tennessee River. One of my favorite areas that you fish is Watts Bar. Tell us something about Watts Bar.
Watts Bar is probably the reservoir I spend the least amount of time on, actually. Most of my time is spent primarily on Chickamauga and to some degree Nickajack after that. Watts Bar, though, is a great fishery, though. It really is. I think out of all of the reservoirs, it's probably got the highest density of trophy cats in it. Great place, really scenic. Lots of good water of all kinds of variety, whether it's riverine or reservoir, good dragon areas. Lots of good anchoring locations on it, and not having the commercial fishing pressure on it, I think has really helped it out a lot.
Yeah, it's got a ton of stripers too.
Yeah, with the cold tailwaters of Loudon and Melton Hill, it makes it a tremendous striper fishery too.
Now, you said, I don't know why I got such an echo. You had said that I'm not sure what's going on.
Thank you, Three Rivers Catfish Club. What you got going on, Doc? You usually have that.
I know. I don't know what it is. Okay, I just moved the mic.
Gone now.
You can hear me though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So Nickajack, that is below Watts Bar, correct?
No. Watts Bar.
I'm sorry. Chickamauga.
Chickamauga, then Nickajack, then Guntersville. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I always have trouble with these lakes and rivers and stuff like that. I know where Watts Bar is. That's I do know where that one's at. So,
big tournament coming up.
yes, this weekend. Cabela is there for 2 days, I believe.
Yeah. Been getting a lot of
I bet you've been getting a lot of calls.
Yes.
Sonny Parker said we sound like we're in a tin can.
Thank you, Jack and Tara. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry, Ty, go ahead.
I was saying mostly everybody's looking for bait this year down in this area. We haven't had a really good bait run, so that's been what most of the inquiries have been about. Everyone's needing the bait.
Yeah. Now, is skipjack your preferred bait, or do you like shad, or what do you like?
Skipjack's always the go-to bait, but if it swims, it's bait. So,
Thank you, Joseph Gordon. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true.
I've probably used a little bit of everything out there, so long it here in Tennessee, so long as it's caught in a legal manner and in the size limit and all of that, it's good for bait. So we're kind of privileged compared to other states with different regulations. So
I wish they'd do that in Missouri. I really do. I'm thinking I could get rid of some green carp.
Yeah, somebody just asked what the FV stands for. That stands for fishing vessel.
Oh, okay.
So in the fishing world, that's a common designator on vessels. So FV just stands for fishing vessel.
Awesome. I was kind of curious about that myself.
Do you like Junior Proctor Blue Dog Fishing wants to know, do you like anchoring or dragging?
I guess I got my start with anchoring more than anything, just precision anchoring. That's kind of my go-to. Most of my biggest fish typically come off of anchoring. Get a lot of good ones on drifting as well. Dragging is probably the thing I do the least amount of. The reservoirs, Chickamauga and Nickajack, are not very good dragging reservoirs, and a good amount of it, it's very, very hangy. A lot of gigantic boulders in there. Watts Bar has a lot of good dragging, but I don't do a whole lot of it down on the section of river I target a lot. So
Adventures of Backwoods Rock wants to know, what's your favorite rig to use?
So my favorite rig, and I've got one here behind me, is just a typical kind of Carolina rig, where I've got just a sinker slide and a bumper, typical barrel swivel, larger leader. This one's rigged up with a Demon Dragon on it. And my go-to hook is a Team Catfish double action circle hook. I'm sold on those hooks, been using them for years. And that is my go-to rig. And with this sinker slide, I can unclip it, tie on a leader with the sinker for a three-way if I want to bounce. Without doing too much re-rigging, it allows quick versatility. The way I rig up my Demon Dragons, I just have them slid the leader line slid through the eyes so I can slide it up and down without a bunch of tying. And that's my primary setup. Allows me to anchor, suspend drift, bounce, whatever I need to do without doing a whole lot of retying. Because sometimes when you're out with clients, you've got pressure to get fish in the boat within a set amount of time, especially if they book a 4-hour trip, and every minute that you're spending having to retie or drag out new rigs is time lost.
Pretty neat setup. That's I think that's pretty good setup for around the country. Pretty common thing. A lot of guys are using setups like that, and it works very effectively.
I use the same setup with the demon dragons other than I use O-rings to keep them in place, and then I can adjust it where I need it.
Yeah. I just get tired of tying stuff all the time, especially when you're breaking stuff off a lot and hanging up, and that saves me 2 knots just threading it through the eyes there. As long as you got a large leader, that's a 60 or 80 pound mono there.
Stay put.
It stays put. I've never had any problem with it.
Awesome. Thank you, Get Slime Catfishing. I'd like to welcome Dieter Melhorn to the show tonight. We missed him last week. Everybody was asking where was Dieter. Well, Dieter is here today. We're glad to have him, along with everyone else. I see a little something up there, Doc.
Where?
In the chat. I think the natives are restless.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, it is a quarter after. All right. Ty, we're going to spin the RigRap wheel. Give us a number from 1 to 5.
All right. Let's do 5.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 442 people entered tonight, and the winner of the first round is Boogie Scrivner. Scrivener. That's a new one to me, and let's see what Boog gets.
Oh, that wasn't very good.
You're gonna have to practice that. You didn't go on last week. I
was here last week.
Oh, easy slide, sinker slides. If you will send me your information after the show is over, I will get them shipped out to you tomorrow, and you can try out the brand new easy sinker slides from RigRap, and we will get them on their way.
All right.
You are going to have to.
Well, it's because it's so right behind me. I can't. My arm couldn't.
Well, you know,
there you go. That'll work. That'll work. I'll do better.
Jeez, I'm sure it was my fault.
Of course.
All right. Ty, give me another number. We're going to give away one of these Catfish Weekly hats.
All right. Let's do 2.
Number 2 it is. This is going to go into chat. There's 1. And there is number 2. And the winner is Mike Doyle. Mike Doyle. Send me information at the end of Catfish Weekly. And D-O-Y-L-E, Mike Doyle. We will get you out a Catfish Weekly hat. And thanks for being in the chat, buddy.
Awesome. Awesome.
And I forgot my pen. Be right back.
All right. Doyle. All right. Ty, how many trips a year do you do down there on the river?
Well, I do have a normal job, so to speak. So during the peak season, it's somewhere between 2 or 3 a week, which is usually April, May, June, going into July. Don't do a whole lot during December through February. I think I'd have to go back and count what I did last year. I want to say it was somewhere around 70 days, but I'd have to go back and really count it up. This year's definitely going to be more, though.
Awesome. That's really good. I know that keeps you busy, especially when you have a full-time job on top of that. But like I say, I was watching some of your videos, and, man, you put some giant fish in the boat down there. I think that people relate that area to a lot of big quality fish, but some of them are just absolute giants.
Yeah, last year was especially good. Especially for the flatheads. Had just a good stretch of the year. Just a lot of big flatheads from start of the year to the end of the year that just made last year just a banner year for me.
No, Rod, he's fishing the Tennessee River, not the James. Yeah, big flatheads, and I want to say I watched a video here a while back. Was it with your dad or another gentleman that caught just a huge fish?
Not sure which video that would be, but I do have some of my dad up there. But it's been a while since he was out here fishing.
Well, once I get rolling on them, I'll watch them all. Doesn't matter if they're new or old or whatever it is. I just turn them on and let them roll one right after the other and watch them all in order, just whatever order they come up.
Now I haven't used liver for bait in a long time.
Someone must know his prices.
What? Oh, prices.
Yes.
Somebody's wanting to know the prices of your trips.
So I offer 4-hour or 8-hour trips. That's minimum on the water, minimum of 4 or 8, half day, full day. Depends on how many are going. I'll take up to 3 comfortably. Can take 4, but just for ease of everybody getting around on the boat, okay. I don't run a really big rig. It's based on 1 person, 2 or 3 person half day or full day. So there's really 6 different rates. And if you go onto the website and click on the rates page, it'll bring it up, but it'll vary from about $175 1 person for a half day up to $450 for 3 people on a full day.
Nice. That's pretty reasonable for what you're getting.
Yeah. I try to keep it down a little bit just to give some incentive to try to book with me.
Thank you guys for all the likes and thumbs up. We appreciate it all. We just to mention this, we are about 5 away on subscriptions of 2,300. We're going to have something special when we make 2,500. So tell all your buddies to start subscribing to Catfish Weekly.
Hey, you've grown pretty good.
Yeah, we run it 3 years and we didn't even know you're supposed to try to do that, you know. Nobody said anything, and you know it wasn't important until we found out that it was important. And to get your name in front of everybody and on the front pages, you got to have subscriptions and likes and all that. And that's when we decided it was time we need to start talking about it a little bit. But we never did care before. I got a question here coming from Facebook. Eric is not in the chat. And what's the personal best on a charter that you have by weight?
Well, the largest blue cat that I've had on a charter, I don't know exactly how much it weighed. It bottomed out the 85-pound scale I had.
Nice.
Not sure where it went. It pegged it down pretty good. I got a feeling it was at least over 90 for sure. Biggest flathead that I've seen on a charter was 71. And as far as weights for the, a given trip, I hit it with a guy last year. We put in about a little over 6 hours, put about 1,100 pounds of fish in the boat. That set the weight record for the day.
Wow.
Poundage. Wow. That's a lot of weight.
That is a lot.
Whatever personal best means there.
Team Kentucky River Cats wants to know, when is a good time to book for the flatheads?
Right now, April and May are probably the best prior to the spawn. Once they go on the spawn, they'll kind of shut down pretty good there in June. And then again in July through August, it's not bad. Nothing like it was in the spring. And then I'll get another good run in October. Typically sometime around October, they'll start feeding up real good again for the for their hibernation for the winter. But I don't think you can beat the pre-spawn bite.
I would agree with that. I don't know if Doc would or not, but I agree with that.
Yep. Do you target just flatheads on a charter, or is that what people want to target?
A lot of people just honestly don't really care what they're after that have been with me. They just want to catch fish. Big fish is always a plus, but I get a lot of people that come out and there may be somebody on there that's never even touched a fishing rod before. So their expectations are really not that high.
Boa Keeper wants to know, when is the best to use a bullhead catfish as bait?
When is best? Well, I don't actually use bullhead out here. I've not found a really good place to get a steady supply of them. So I'd probably have to pass on that question. But as a general rule, live bait tends to work best for me after the spawn. I'll do better on flatheads after the spawn on live bait.
K. Clark, welcome to Catfish Weekly.
Yep. Michael Malott wants to know, what is your go-to flathead bait?
Well, right now, during the hot time of the year, it's cut bait. Skipjack really are my go-to bait right now. When the skipjacks start running, that's what I want to be using. So just fresh cut skipjack, if I can catch them that same day, just as fresh as can be, that's really the ticket.
Okay.
Do you ever use live shad?
Yes, quite a bit.
Yeah. Is that a better cold water bait for you or a warm water bait?
Warm water bait. I do better with shad and skipjack during the spring to early fall. When I get into the winter time, I'll really resort to a lot of cut bluegill, other cut sunfish, sucker, stuff like that tends to work. The fish that are a little less oily, I tend to do better with in the winter than I do the skipjack.
Okay.
That's a little bit backwards from what I hear from most people.
Yeah.
It is a little different, yeah. Do you use stinger hooks?
A lot of guides that I know and professional anglers, they use the stingers. I've experimented with them at different times, and I don't typically use them. I really don't. I haven't found that it actually helped me out an awful lot. That's just my opinion. But when I was running side by side, 90% of the time, I was still making the hookup on the primary hook.
Dieter Melhorn would like to know, if you was a catfish, what kind of catfish would you be?
Well, that's a pretty easy one. I'd be the old brown one laying down on the bottom, stuffed under a log somewhere.
I thought maybe you'd be a Dieter fish.
How heavy a line leader do you use?
I'm running 60 or 80 pound mono leader, typically a 30-pound main line. I might step up going into this time of year for the flatheads, especially in May when they start going really shallow around timber. I'll beef everything up to a 40 or 50-pound main line just to be able to put the brakes on them when you're hauling them out of timber. But for the leader, 60, 80-pound tends to work pretty good on the business end.
Is that because they pull so hard, or because it's more abrasion resistant against structure?
Abrasion resistance against structure and the mouth of the fish itself. I've seen where that first couple of inches in there gets really torn up really bad.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much, Todd. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you target flatheads during the day or night on the pre-spawn?
Mostly right now it's daytime. The bright sunny days around noon, that's typically when my best fish come, right smack middle of the day on sun shining bright and you're ready to take a nap. That's when they're awake.
They're going to interrupt your sleeping time, huh? Well, you know, I still think that when they're ready to eat, they're going to eat. If they're hungry, they're going to eat. And if you make them mad, they're going to bite something just to kill it or get it out of their face or whatever.
One of my biggest obstacles overcoming throughout the years learning to fish for flatheads was getting over that age-old had to be at night, had to be with live bait, and you had to be in the deepest water.
Yeah.
That was probably the furthest thing from the truth.
Are the fish in your area up shallow right now?
No, they're not. We're running a couple weeks behind this year. It seems like for everything. The skipjack are just now starting to run. The last trip out, I finally got on a skipjack bite I've been after for a while. And usually this should have started about 3 weeks ago. The water temp here is still around 55 degrees. And that's a little bit low. So they tend to, they still seem to be pretty deep, around that 20 to 35 foot range. They haven't come up out of the deep water yet.
Okay.
David Costello wants to know, when fishing planer boards and going for flats, how does it use live bait work out for you?
Well, so far I've not actually caught a flathead on a planer board yet. It's been all blues. I've failed to do that yet. So I guess I need to add that to the bucket list of goals to do, is catch a flathead off a planer board.
Dustin Fall would like to know, how fast do you drift?
If we're talking suspend drifting, which is my favorite way to go, really depends on the speed of the current. If I got a half a mile an hour current, I'll typically try to drift around 0.4, just to where the current's going a little bit faster than me. I'll use the trolling motor to kind of slow the drift down, kind of gets a scent trail going down below. And I'll just, whatever the current is, I'll just back it off just a little bit.
Okay.
Jerry Ishcomer wants to know, what's the water temperature on the Tennessee River where you're at right now?
Like I said, it's about, when I was out a couple days ago, it was around 55, and we've had a snap of cold weather, so I doubt it's come up. But we'll find out, because I'll be out on a trip first thing in the morning, hitting the road at 4 o'clock, and we'll see what the water temp is tomorrow.
Go ahead, Doc. I got to take care of a guy here.
Okay.
I think I just did.
Yep, he's gone now for sure. One thing about it, you post that weird stuff on here, and you are not long for this world.
Yeah. You want Mike? I'm not going to say it. Mike P. Do you take clients on bait trips?
On bait trips, yes. Yep, I've had a few that they'll come all the way down from Ohio, Illinois, just to catch bait, and take them out. We'll spend a whole 8 hours out there just catching bait.
Mike from Catfish Clothing wants to know, ever use live brim?
Yes. Last summer, I went through a stretch where that was all I could get much fish on, was live bluegill. It was the weirdest thing. Just couldn't catch them on cut bluegill, nothing else. All they were hitting for about 2 months were live bluegill. When it slowed down for everybody and no one was catching fish, that was the ticket for me.
Tim from Whisker Sticks wants to know, do you take clients out for all night trips?
I haven't had too many people up for that. I'll do it. I've had a few, but most people, when they see that, hey, you can catch these fish during the day and you don't have to sit out there all night, most of them would rather book the day than to go out at night. The exception being in the heat of summer, I'd rather be out at night.
Yeah.
Scott King, welcome. You're from Arizona. We're glad to have you on Catfish Weekly tonight with us.
My home state.
Arizona is awesome.
Yeah.
Ty Konkle, I will be on Watts Bar fishing in 2 weeks. Will you do a selfie with me? I will. I will give you a frozen skipjack that's not freezer burned real bad. That came from Dieter.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good deal because we really needed the skipjack. So,
oh, Dieter, you're too much, man.
All right, well, it's about that time. Let's spin that RigRap wheel one more time.
All righty then. Ty, pick us out a number between 1 and 5.
Let's do 3, right in the middle.
1, 2, 3. And the winner is Paul Hurt. Paul is a frequent subscriber and viewer of Catfish Weekly. Let her rip, kiddo. That's a little bit better there. Hooker's Terminal Tackle. Paul, if you will contact Hooker's Terminal Tackle and tell them that you want a package of Reaper hooks on Catfish Weekly, they will see that you get them. Tell James that we appreciate everything that he does for our show and the sport of catfishing, and congratulations.
Give me another number and I'll give away, let's see, we'll give away an offshore package here in the chat.
All right. Well, let's see. 1.
Number 1, it is. And the winner is John Poland, Poulin. You have just won an offshore tackle package from Offshore Planer Boards.
Well, you know what, Doc? John has donated 5 pounds of sinkers, no rolls, banks, and egg sinkers to someone that we can give away in the chat tonight also.
Oh, that's that message we saw earlier that we had a question about.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. John, get with me after the show, John. Send me a message on Catfish Weekly on our Facebook page, and we'll get this out to you.
So we don't want to forget to give those sinkers away in chat a little later on or whenever you feel like it.
Get this wrote down. Ty, we appreciate all this information that you're giving out. The viewers are really firing away a bunch of questions here, so which is cool. I like that. Okay, let me get something. I know there's something here going in the chat. It used to be when I asked for a number, which, you know, everybody in chat did it. Well, then we learned that we could randomize everybody's in the chat. So you don't have to put a number in the chat. I just asked our guests to give me a number. I grab all the names that are in the chat. I put them in random.org, and that's how we picked the winner. And I know for what? It was several months, didn't we, Lyle? Yeah, boy, that was rough keeping up with that.
It was, and it's just so much easier now that we figured out how to do that. Whisker Sticks also would like to give away a pair of Whisker Sticks LED lights in chat tonight too also, Doc. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much, Tim.
Well, we can do that here real quick. Let me get these names out of here, and I'll re-up it one more time. Give me another number, Ty.
4.
4 it is.
You're going to hit them all. You
Yeah, we covered the bases.
Yeah. 2.
Everyone has
3.
a fair chance.
That's right.
Yeah, and 4. And the winner is Sean Perry. Sean Perry. Get with Tim from Whisker Sticks LED.
Someone asked what kind of boat he uses.
Somebody did. I missed that. Ty, tell everybody what kind of boat you're guiding out of.
I've got a 18.5-foot center console with a 115 Suzuki 4-stroke on the back of it. It's a
Awesome.
Gulf Master. So been a pretty good boat. I've been looking at upgrading one of these days. Maybe someone will make me a really good sponsorship deal on one eventually. But for right now, it's been a good rig.
That's awesome. That's the kind we like. Is the kind that's been good, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on.
Well, if I get bigger, it costs more to tow it, costs more in fuel, and so got economical reasons when you're looking at it from a business perspective to try to keep the operation cost down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Bradley Young wants to know, how do you keep your shad alive, and do you ever keep skipjack alive?
Usually just with a bait tank, which I don't have one right now. The last one I had, I got rid of a couple of years ago because it was typically in the way more than I was using it. The Livewell that I've got does pretty good with keeping the shad alive. It's just constantly putting in fresh water. Live skipjack, although I've done it, I typically, when I catch them, they go immediately down for bait. I've not actually tried keeping the skipjack alive yet, but that's hard to do. I've tried. I wanted to bring some home and put them in my aquarium, and I got a big old round tub and tried the thing, and they were going belly up within about 5 minutes.
Yeah, it don't take long, that's for sure.
I don't know anybody that's successful at keeping skips alive very long.
I've seen a few of them put in some of the tanks that handled it, but I think they were pumping pure oxygen into it to keep them going.
May have been. Yeah, I just haven't seen anybody that had a lot of success with that. Shad themselves are a little bit tough to do, but if you keep fresh water and a little bit of oxygen going to them, that can be done. Bluegill seem to last forever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Them and bullhead, I don't think you kill a bullhead. I think they'll live out of water.
Here's another good question from Bottom Dollar Outdoors. Ty, when you fish large rivers and reservoirs, what bottom contours do you look to target?
That's a great question.
Well, I call the primary structure like a hole. So when you're looking at your contour charts, you're looking for those holes or a stretch of water that's got something irregular going on, but really it's the secondary structure that I'm looking for in that hole. One side of the hole might be terrible and you flip to the other side and that's where everything's going on. I typically look for the steepest contour lines that are the closest to like a flat or somewhere up along the bank where bait fish will be running, and it'll be like that first area they'll drop back into when they're not feeding, or an area where they're going to be coming up out of all that deep water, almost like a funnel effect. I try to typically intersect them in areas like that.
What kind of sonar does he use?
What kind of sonar do you use?
I've got a Humminbird. Trying to think now what the Helix. A Helix 9 I'm running. It's been a really good rig. No problems with it at all.
Tommy Glass says there's an older gentleman in Kentucky that could keep skipjacks alive. I'd like to know that secret because, I know they're tough to do.
So he took it to his grave.
I know it's possible. I've seen it done once, but
it is tough.
Oh, I know who they were talking about. The current record holder for Kentucky, Bruce Midkiff. That's a guy. He always fished with skipjacks below the dam. Sonny Parker wants to know, what's your favorite flathead rig?
My favorite flathead rig.
Yeah.
Just like I was showing earlier, just typical Carolina rig down on the bottom with, and I'm really sold on these Demon Dragons now. So
I think everybody is.
So far, all the flatheads this year have hit just on the Demon Dragons, and my biggest fish of the year has been on a Demon Dragon. I don't run all of my rigs with them. So I've got half with them and half without them, and there's times where I think they don't want them, but there's definitely, when I look at the percentage of fish hitting those rattle floats, they're doing something.
You know, that's if you're catching the biggest and the most flatheads on them things, that tells me that everybody that flathead fish ought to be using them.
Yeah, I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket, but that's a pretty good basket to have them in if you're.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, if every flathead you've caught this year's come off of one, yeah, if I was flathead fishing, I'd have some on. That's just, you know, kind of the way that works.
So, and the other thing with them too that I've really liked is I don't have to retie near as much. That keeps your business end up out of all the garbage on the bottom.
That's the thing I like about them really well. Robert Short says, I'm having problems with getting a hook set with circle hooks. What do you suggest?
Probably not setting the hook.
Yeah.
That is the hardest thing to get out of the habit of doing, is wanting to set the hook. And I get that a lot with clients. They come out and we miss a lot of fish because they get trigger happy and see a rod starting to go down and pick it up and think that they got to set it back into the moon. And you'll lose fish consistently that way. Just giving them a little bit of pressure, letting them set themselves, just walking away from it will do better than trying to set the hook.
Yep, let that rod load up.
That's right.
That's the one reason I like the double action hooks, is you have a little bit better chance when people go and do that of making that hook up, because you can do kind of that sweeping motion to get the hook turned in the mouth.
That is
just a straight circle.
Hey, thanks, guys that are in the chat. The guy had a question, and you guys are jumping right in there and giving him all kinds of answers. We appreciate that. That's what this is all about here on Catfish Weekly, trying to help somebody out that's got a lot of questions. That's good. Thanks.
absolutely.
Country Girl Catfish says, super congrats on your marriage.
Yeah, and I've got one that one is dying to go fishing with me. I just have so many bookings, and I need to get her slid in now.
Thank you, Shannon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Wait, someone's wanting to give away a MudbuM hat. Did you see that?
No.
It's right underneath the green. Shiner.
Shiner from the MudbuMs. Freezing cold in Iowa. Let's give away a MudbuM hat or shirt if you guys would like to. Well, we'd like to.
Yeah, we love giving stuff away.
Absolutely. Let's you want to give that away in chat, Doc, or you want to do it on the?
Let's do it on the wheel.
Well, we'll do it on the randomizer. Ty, pick me out another number if you would, sir.
I'll just let the wheel down.
No.
Let's do 2.
2, 1, 2, and the winner is Sean Porter. Sean, if you will contact the MudbuM Supply Shack, you need to write that down.
I got it.
Okay. And tell them you won a prize from Shiner on the Catfish Weekly show, and you get a choice of a hat or a shirt from the way I understood it. And we will get that done. I will contact them and tell them that you won also, and they'll know to get it right out. And thanks, Shiner, for donating that prize tonight. We appreciate it so much. It's nice to know that them big dogs and them TV shows watch us guys.
Yeah.
I got to tell you though, you know, some people have met the MudbuM guys and some haven't, but they are all about conservation for our catfish, and I have, and Doc has too, spent a lot of time with them, and
Yep.
are a great group of guys doing things for the right reason and promoting our sport like the true professionals they are. So with that being said, I think the world of them guys, and they do a lot for everyone, and they're great friends of ours personally.
Yeah, we have a blast with those guys. They are a hoot. That is correct.
And he'll give away 150 likes. He'll give away right there.
If we get 150 likes, we'll give away a bulk pack of sinker slides.
Thumbs up. Underneath.
100. We're less than 30 away. 22 away of likes, and we'll give away a bulk pack of easy sinker slides.
Jerry Ishcomer wants to know, do you fish catfish tournaments, and are you going to fish the Sea Arc tournament?
No, I have not actually entered a tournament yet. Believe it or not, I've gone all this time without entering in. One of these days I might break down and do it, but
yeah. What size dragons do you use? I know what size, because I heard that rattle clear over here in Ohio. I'd almost bet he's running the 3.0s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm using up my stock of the older styles as well. They all work, but those new ones out. Those things, I can hear those things in the water.
Yeah, they really are noisy. Uh-oh, look at there. There's 150 likes.
You never made it.
Awesome.
That's way cool. Way cool. I think last week we had like 170 or 80. So, you know, that's pretty cool. Well, it just so happens.
Whoa. Big Camo's giving away something too.
What's that? It just so happens that I have a bulk pack
Right there
of easy sinker slides. Big B Camo, Lyle and Doc, you guys give away 2 Bad Boy Mower Camo t-shirts. Just send me the name and address on Facebook Messenger, Brian Bone Collector Mayo.
Thank you.
That is outstanding. Thank you so much. I'll tell you what. If you want to do the t-shirts, I will do on chat. I will do the sinker slides on the list that I have from people signing up.
Okay. Let me grab these names because I've seen a bunch of people just came in.
Okay. Well, while you're grabbing the names, Cindy, pick out a number this time.
3.
1, 2, 3. And the winner of the sinker slides is Sonny, the Bionic Fisherman Parker. Sonny, the Bionic Fisherman Parker.
Give me a number, Ty.
Up around Kansas City, I believe.
Bionic Fisherman?
Yep. Sonny.
Did I hear you right? You were asking for a number?
Yeah.
Okay. 4.
1, 2, 3, and 4. And the winner is Michael Pence, Pence. He is the winner of the t-shirts that are given away by, who was that?
It is the
2 Bad Boy Mowers camo t-shirts. Big Camo. Get a hold of Brian Bone Collector Mayo.
That is correct. Now, Sonny Parker, if you will message me on Facebook after the show and send me your name and your address and all your information, I will get you a bulk pack of 48 easy sinker slides from RigRap shipped out to you, and you are going to love them. They are awesome. And thank you, Glenn, for the donation of that prize.
Someone wants to know where you sign up.
And
so
Brian, thank you for donating the T-shirts. That is an awesome gesture. Do what, Cindy?
Explain to someone how they sign up.
How they sign up for the giveaways? Every week, normally on Tuesday mornings, I make a post on Facebook that tells who our guest next week will be and what we'll be giving away, whether it's just RigRap's prize wheel spins or if there's a special prize that we're going to be spinning for. But and you add your name to that list, and all you do is make a post underneath my original post and say that you want in for a chance at a spin, and we add your name to the list. Sonny Parker, I just ordered some, so could you give them to the granddaughter that always watches and that you entered in the giveaway?
Kitty Bug.
Sonny, thank you so much. That is just really nice of you. And Katie Bug Clark, we have this package of easy slide sinker slides that Sonny Parker won, and he wants you to have them. So you send me your information after the show, and I will send these to you. Thank you, Sonny. That's a great gesture. Thank you so much.
Team Height wants us to give away in chat a Real Deal Extreme Catfishing T-shirt. Wow, everybody is really. This is giveaway,
and we haven't done the sinkers yet, and we got a big one coming at the end of the show.
All right, go ahead. The sinkers, are they going to chat, or are we going to do the wheel on this?
That's what they specified.
Okay. All right, let me get. Okay, let me go and. All right, they go in the chat. Go ahead. This is for the sinkers, right?
The sinkers donated by John Poulin.
All right, give me a number, Ty. We're keeping you busy tonight.
1.
Number 1. The winner is Melanie Green.
Melanie
Green. I believe she's here in Ohio.
Melanie enters almost every week.
Yeah. She is the winner of the sinkers. And who did she's got to get with who? John Poole?
John Poulin, Poulin. Contact John, and he will get your sinkers to you, Melanie. Thank you both so much, John, for donating them, and Melody for watching and playing our game.
Someone wants Ty to tell the old dad stories.
The old dad story.
All right, Ty, give me another number, and we'll give Jack Height's T-shirt away.
Let's do 3.
1, 2. Man, we're giving a lot of stuff away tonight. I still got another hat to give away.
We got another one. Dustin Fall is wanting us to give away a Catfish Weekly sign that he makes. Thank you, Dustin.
And the winner is Mickey Holland.
Mickey Holland.
Mickey Holland.
Signed up today.
Get with Jack Height, and he will get you your T-shirt. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate the donation, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Brian Bone Collector Mayo to Catfish Weekly. Would you guys mention the Mississippi Catfish Tournament Trail at DeSoto Lake? We just mentioned it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
We did.
Okay, now where are we? Man, we've been giving so much stuff away. I've lost where we're at here. What were we talking about with Ty? What did we miss here?
The old dad story?
Oh, yeah, the old dad story.
Yeah, the old dad story.
I wondered when that was going to get brought up. I did a video. It's been years ago. I was out by myself fishing, and I hooked into my personal best blue cat 90-pounder, and I was on it was recording. I was on the phone with my dad, and the video starts out. I'm just, oh, Dad, I can't hold on to this thing. And Joe Jellison with Chat Cats, he watched that, and he said that was so funny, me saying that. And he kind of got that thing going, and it's just become kind of like a term. Just use it for everything now.
Oh, okay. I kept figuring out what you were doing. I remember the flathead video you did. You kept putting the camera right in your face and kept saying, "Oh, Dad."
Well, that's a shout. I guess each one of those is kind of a shout out to my dad.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. It really is. Now, Doc, Dustin Fall wanted to give away one of his signs, which are way cool. And he wants to do that in chat. And who am I to say?
Oh, wow. Okay. Man. Let me clear this thing out again.
Heck yeah, man. That. Thank you, Dustin. Them signs are really nice.
I've got this on myself. I hope y'all.
We'll just have to go back and watch tonight.
Okay. Somebody give me a number.
2.
2, 1, 2. And the winner is Sonny Parker. Did he win something earlier? Or not? Sonny Parker, that's the winner of the sign.
Yeah.
He already won tonight and give it back.
All right. So let me go another one. And the winner is Rod Wise, W-I-S-E.
Him and his wife Julie get in, I believe, every week.
Rod Wise, get with Dustin Fall. He's got an awesome sign for you.
Man, they are nice.
Hey, I like this. This is a lot of fun giving stuff away.
Oh, man.
This was like our 200th show, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know about that. Man, I'm telling you what, I about got overheated on that one.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We've given away 11 things tonight. We've only spun the wheel twice.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Cool. All right. Okay, so I don't see any other questions in here for Ty. So Ty, you say you're going out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be out tomorrow and Wednesday both, so I'll have 2 days back to back. Gonna do a little bit of flathead fishing. Gonna start targeting them. So hopefully, it looks like tomorrow I may finally get my day I've been looking for. They're saying sunshine and not much in the way of wind and no rain.
You're going to probably have a bit of current too, aren't you?
And I'll have current. Looks like everything's shaping up pretty good. So in either case, at least I can be out comfortable. Might even get that nap in I need.
What rod does Ty use?
I use B&M. My typical rods are the B&M Silver Cap Magnums. My favorite are the 7.5 footers. They fit in my truck without closing them up in the tailgate accidentally, and been a really good rod.
He drift for flatheads.
Yes. You do drift for flatheads also, or do you target blues and the flatheads just happen to jump on there?
Typically when I'm drifting, I'm targeting blues. I'll get the occasional flatheads that'll hit the drift rigs, but I do better for flatheads on anchor, precision anchoring on specific spots.
Right. And I do want to remind everyone that you can only win one prize every 30 days except for the big special prizes that we give away, and they are open to everyone. I've lost something here, Doc. I'm looking for it desperately.
Ty, when do you or don't, when you don't have skipjack, what is your next go-to bait?
The lowly, humble little bluegill.
Dang it.
You can get those anywhere.
Sue Woolley wants to know, where does Ty guide out of? He had mentioned that earlier in the show. Go ahead, Ty, give it again.
East Tennessee, Tennessee River. Watts Bar, Chickamauga, Nickajack, Gunnersville. Basically Knoxville to Chattanooga area.
All right. Yeah, when we're doing this show, Ty, people come in and go out and come in and go out. So sometimes we have to go over some of the stuff again so everybody gets what it is. That's part of doing this. A lot of them stay on the entire show, but a lot of them don't. We get new ones and goes in and out, but you know, that's part of it. I haven't seen nothing out of Dieter, so I'm guessing he done left us.
Yeah, he needed a nap too.
He probably did. How long of a leader do you use?
I guess it'd be about 1.5 feet typically. Until I start getting the flatheads up in the shallow, I'll go down to maybe even no leader at all. I'll make it really small just so there's not a whole lot of wiggling around. Right.
You already told us you use the Silver Cat Magnum rods. What reel do you use?
Right now I'm running the Team Catfish Gold 400 reels. I use the Akumas for a long time at really good reels, but I really like the size of these Team Catfish reels, which are very similar to I think it's the Bass Pro. I can't think of it now. Steve Douglas uses them a lot.
Yeah,
very similar.
Yeah, Catmax rock.
Catmax, really? Yeah, very similar. And I like the thumb release clients like that. It's a lot easier to use than a button release.
Yep. Penny Turner would like to know what the fish in the picture in the background is.
That is the flathead that surpassed the Tennessee state record. It's 87.12 pounds. Caught that back in April of 2013 on Chickamauga.
Nice fish. Dieter says he's still there. He must have woke up from his nap, Ty. I'm like you. I think he must have been taking one. Oh, Jeremy Bishop said maybe he's combing his hair. That's a good one, Jeremy. I like that. Oh, man. Oh, Dieter. Man, oh, man. Watched the show this morning with him and Grayson on there. They done a really good job.
I sure do get a kick out of looking at some of these comments.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And I have to keep leaving because the pure life just keeps going through me. I just gotta go.
I don't know how Luke holds on to that for the extended periods of time he does. And maybe that's why he gets off of his live feed sometimes and comes back on. He says it's because the fish are not biting or biting, but I'm wondering if it doesn't something else.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody posted in here, is Doc okay? Yeah, Doc's okay. I got to unload some pure leaf.
Oh, you know, there's a reason why we get up and take off, and sometimes it's that, and sometimes we're just thirsty, and there's things that happen in the meantime, but
Yeah.
Justin thinks Dieter's been chasing the old gobbleroo.
Yeah.
Poor old Dieter. That's awesome. Well, Ty, we really appreciate you spending your Monday evening with us. It's been a blast, and it was a lot of fun having you on down at the Catfish Conference. But you answered a lot of good questions tonight from these people in chat.
Well, thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity, and it was fun.
Well, we wish you the very best with your YouTube channel, and I know that your guide service is going to keep you plenty busy since you work a full-time job this summer. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more videos and some more pictures of those giant fish you catch down there.
Well, yeah, wish me luck tomorrow. Maybe we'll get some more good video footage.
Well, I hope so. I'll be waiting to see it, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much. People here in chat are saying thank you too.
Absolutely, yeah. It's
great information.
Great information. It's a great having you on here. If there's anybody that helps you out along the way that you'd like to thank, go ahead and do so at this time.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's tuned in or not, but one of the biggest helps to me is my partner with Scenic City Fishing Charters, Richard Sims. He's been around a long time and probably been the greatest influence in the business. And I doubt he's probably asleep ready for a guide trip tomorrow too. So. But
Nick Robinson, his YouTube channel is FV Catfishing.
Yep, FV Catfish. You can just type that in; it'll come up.
Yeah, you've got several videos there.
I think I'm at about 200 videos now.
Yeah, you got a bunch. I know that.
They're good quality stuff to watch, and I like the ones that you did when you was fishing by yourself.
Yeah, I don't get to do that an awful lot anymore, but it's easy to do video when you're by yourself. There's quite a few trips that go by that I miss some of the best stuff because I'm just busy.
Yep, I understand. I understand. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We appreciate it so much. And you get another one of them big old giants on here. Let's get you back on here and you can tell us about it.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Well, thanks again, Ty.
Thanks, Ty.
All right. Thank you.
All right,
Great having you on the show tonight. Thanks a lot.
Okay, we give away John Poland's
Yes. The sinkers, got that.
long. Get rid of that. Before I forget it, Doc, I've got a couple of messages that guys have sent me in Facebook, and I keep losing them off there and have to go look for them again. Kerr Lake Mad Catters had 32 boats, and they caught 598.68 pounds of fish that was weighed in. First place was Michael Blanks with a beast of fish, 107.68. Second place was Corey Wood's team with 46.19 pounds, and third was Mikey Haynes' team with 42.03. What a great fish that was, and congratulations, Michael, and the rest of the winners in that. And the other one is Dave Swearingen sent me a message and said, will you mention the riding for our Veterans Catfish Tournament at Waverly Lower Ramp? Go to ridingforourveterans.com for the information or contact Dave. And it's Riding for Our Veterans. And you can get that and contact Dave Swearingen or contact me, and I'll put you in contact with him. That's a great event. And anybody that has a chance to go fish that or be a part of that event to help our military personnel, it is something that if you have time and a chance, it'll be worth your while, and you'll be very glad you did, I promise.
I've got Flathead Blues, Hoover Reservoir here in Ohio. It was the last Saturday, 12 boats in the tournament. First place, Joe Ackerman and Mike Wall. 2 fish, 43.7 pounds. Second, Sean Dolphin. Craig Williams, 2 fish, 39.2 pounds. They also had the big fish of the tournament at 24.3 pounds. These guys have been in the money 11 straight times. In a row. So 11 times, yeah. So
Wow.
yeah. So Sean has a tournament this weekend at Dillon Lake. So, and I'll get back to that. Third, Jerry Height and Mike Anderson, 2 fish, 29.1 pounds. And then Central Ohio Catfish Tournament at Dillon Lake this coming weekend, 8 to 4. Denver Zen has a tournament on the Ohio River this weekend. It's called a Spring Fling. It's in Steubenville, Ohio, on the Ohio River and in protected waters. West Virginia is on the other side.
All right. We have the 14th Patriot, Indiana, Ohio River. Open tournament, $81, $60 per boat, $10 big fish pot. This is the Real Deal Catfishing Tournament. You can contact Jack Hyde if you have any questions about that, and he will hook you up with the information you need to know. I have the results from the DeSoto Lake Tournament. First place goes to Team Camo, Brian Mayo and Cam Pitts. Second place to Two Brothers Catfishing, Chris Sick and Charlie Hudson. Third place to Doug Jolly and John Howard. And fourth place, Jared Robertson and Jamie Barsley. And fifth place, David Magnus and Chris. Team Shady with Billy Chambly and Amber Whitten is sixth. I also have Central Texas Catfishing. They had 22 boats with 25 mile sustained northwest winds. I'll bet that was a lot of fun. First place was Charles and Tiffany Sanders with 35.53 pounds. Second place was Tracy Ziegler and David Williams with 33.21 pounds. And third place was Jerry and John Dillard with 31.44 pounds. Big fish went to Mackenzie Masters, Jennifer Campbell, and Ashley Mullinex with 11.39 pounds. Next tournament will be on the 28th at Lake Granger. I do have the results from the Twisted Cat Outdoors tournament held at Lake of the Ozarks. They had 105 fish caught. Total weight was 771 pounds, 0.68. The random CR Dave Marine's drawing, $500 went to Caleb Davidson. First place in the tournament was 69.46 pounds was Wayne Stevens and Joe Burkhart. Paid them $1,620. Second place was Ruger McNeil and Chad Milks, 63.47 pounds. Paid them $792. Third place was Noah Pemberton and Joe Ward with 61.09 pounds. Paid them $432. Fourth place was Joe Bell and David Burtz, 53.35 pounds. Paid them $360. Fifth place, 53.57 pounds of Ben Weber and Alan Angoli, $252. And they had a 36.52 pound, which was the big fish of the tournament, paid them $400. Good turnout at the lake on a cold, snowy, sleety, nasty old day yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Just terrible.
Okay, I still got a hat to give away. And we got a Livewell to give away, don't we?
I say, it seems to me like there's something else.
And I got a tip to do. Let me give this hat away. This will be a Catfish Weekly hat. I want to make sure I got to keep all this stuff in order here. And give me a number, Lyle.
2.
All right, there's number 1. And number 2. And the winner is Dave Swearingen.
Oh, Dave, lucky Dave.
Yeah, and he was in the chat. I just saw him post something.
He's still there.
All right. So, Dave, send Doc a message on Catfish Weekly. I will get you out a Catfish Weekly shirt or hat, just like the one I'm wearing. And thanks for being in the chat. Appreciate it.
And thanks for watching every week, Dave. We appreciate it. And you've donated some stuff to us, and we appreciate that so much. You know, Doc, Dave and Rob Gregg and another guy stayed in the cabins at Winter Blues next to us. And what great guys they are to camp out or whatever you want to call it. You know, we'd visit every day nearly when they go in and out, and you know, they tell funny stories about each other. And we didn't tell too many funny stories because we was afraid everybody get mad. It was so warm in John's boat with that heater going. Yeah, Dave had one too. They wasn't cold. They wasn't kidding nobody. But David did have some bad luck down there. He tore the lower unit up on his boat. I'm assuming he has that fixed now. But they was excellent people to camp next to down there in those cabins. We had a wonderful time visiting with them just about every day.
Well, Lyle, I think it's about time to give away a Livewell.
You know,
Double D Welding. That was
Double D
pretty
Welding.
good.
You know, if you guys haven't been over, and you're supposed to have been over and checked out their website and liked and shared their page and made a comment on there, those guys are doing some really neat stuff with them live wells. I want to take my boat over there and have one put in there and finished up in like it's supposed to be. I mean, they are some awesome looking live wells. And then you get your pumps and everything set up in there. Man, it is just a really neat deal. And they can make them where they're portable, where you take them in and out, or they can finish your deck up and make it look like it come from the factory that way. Just some quality work coming out of that shop over there.
Yep. Father and son team, they're doing all this. Great guys. I met them here at the house when they showed me their little unit that they show everybody.
Yeah, and just genuine great guys.
Yeah, they've been great. So.
And these tanks are made out of 1/4-inch aluminum, so that stuff is expensive. So this is a really big deal for us to give this away. And Doc, if you will pick me a number out, we're going to roll the thing.
All right. Well, today is the 9th day of April, so let's go with number 9. I'm going to make it tough on you, Lyle.
There we go. There's 1. There's 2. 3. 4.
Halfway there.
5. 6. 7. 8. And the winner is Thomas Martin. Thomas Martin, you have won a custom live well from Double D Welding. If you will contact them after you get settled down from sticker shock, the only thing that this will cost you, unless you're close enough to drive to them, you have to pay the shipping for the live well, and get a hold of them and tell them that you won the live well on Catfish Weekly. That is an outstanding prize. I can't think of anything better. I'm not sure where Thomas is from, but you have hit a home run, my friend.
Thomas Martin, right?
Yep, Thomas Martin.
Okay.
Congratulations. That is a heck of a deal. Yeah, I know, but it ain't going. It's short-lived. They'll score you. Don't worry. You guys are worried about my Cardinals. I'm not worried about them at all. It's a long season, man.
St. Louis is losing.
How about a tip of the week, Doc? And that's
tip of the week. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Doc's tip of the week. Since everybody's starting to get into fishing and stuff like that, check the bolts that fasten down your trolling motor to your boat. Those have a tendency of coming loose. When you think about it, you're trailering. You get out on the water and you drop that trolling motor, you wiggle it around a little bit. And so I suggest that you check those bolts, make sure they're good and tight, because you got that torque of that trolling motor pulling it and you're dragging a whole big boat. The other thing I suggest, this is a regular nut. I like to use Nylock nuts.
Exactly.
What they have is a nylon insert. These things will not back out. So once you get them in there, it takes a little bit to get them up on there, but they stay locked in place and those bolts will not come loose. So that's Doc's tip of the night. Use the Nylocks and check your bolts on your motor.
Doc, that is a wonderful tip, and I've been using Nylocks for years. The last part of my working career, I worked in a company doing high-tech installs in handicap accessible vans, where I build them where people drive with joysticks and little bitty steering wheels and foot steering, and installed lifts and things. And I learned at that time that Nylocks are your friend. I use them for everything. Those people that I done work for, they couldn't afford for a nut to come loose. And Nylocks don't come loose, and they might loosen a little bit with, things moving, but they won't come off. You'll never lose one. I think I wish they may have been stainless. If they do, I haven't found them yet because they wouldn't rust then.
That's what these are.
Are they stainless? That's awesome. Yeah. But yeah, them Nylocks, they're your friend. You can't go wrong with them.
Dieter, you are not right, dude.
He is not. Well, I'm going to tell everybody that we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do for next week. Rusty Jackson was supposed to be on the show with us, and something come up and he canceled, which them things happen. That's part of what we do. We may contact Stacy and see if he can move up a week, or we may try to find someone else. Dieter should join us for that show. I think it would be a prime time to have Dieter Melhorn on.
Yeah, and we've got a special show Thursday night, Lyle.
Thursday night of this week, we are going to have a special with George Young Jr., and he is going to enlighten us about everything that's going on for Mississippi River Monsters, including the pre-tournament, the bounty for the days before the Mississippi River Monsters, and they're going to pay $500 a day to the biggest fish turned in. 7 o'clock Thursday night. Be sure and be on here. George,
7 Central, 8 Eastern.
That's right, 7 Central. Now, George does work for the railroad. And if something comes up where that has to be changed, I'll let you know as soon. But it is scheduled to be Thursday, 7 Central Time. So if you're going to Mississippi River Monsters, if you're planning on fishing the Mississippi Catfish Trail Tournament, the week before that, if you're going to be down there fishing the Mississippi River Monsters, they're going to give away 2 boat stock. They're going to give away one of the new Excel Catfish boats. They're going to give away a tracker during Mississippi River Monsters. My understanding is the first place to miss the MRM tournament will be the new tracker boat, fully loaded, plus $5,000. If I understood George right, if there's 200 boats, it'll be the boat plus 10,000.
Yeah.
That is a huge deal. So be sure to tune in Thursday night. If I'm wrong, George will line me out, and I want him to, but that's the plan as of now. Dieter, if you're not going to get in on the show next week, you better let me know, because I know a guy up north that'll get in there and get in the middle of you, which would be fun too. Either way.
Thank you, everybody. 171 thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Ty Konkle was a great guest, and we appreciate all the questions. He gave out a lot of quality information, and it was a great time having him on the show. For Doc Lang and Cindy Stokes, I'm Lyle. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly. See you Thursday night.